race, that anxiety is there. You don't really want to step into that fire, but you found as a result of that courage and that risk-taking that the relationship was so much stronger.
I want to talk about and have you do a little bit of practicing of how to get participants back on track when the conversation starts to veer off. Because this can be really tough. You know, we don't really, well, I don't really, I'll speak for myself, like interrupting people. And I've been taught that it can be rude, even, to interrupt people. But what this really reminds me of, actually, is I was talking with my sister, because my sister, you met earlier. And because this Sunday is our family holiday, Hippopotamus. And so my mom and I had been going back and forth about Hippopotamus. Hippopotamus is this holiday that we created that's like Christmas, except for we just do books. And
excuse me, I hate to interrupt, but you're getting a little off track. We only have a little bit of time. And
all right, thank you very much. So that's our example. And so what we want to do, I'm not going to actually tell you about Hippopotamus. You can talk to me about that at lunch if you want to.
Let me pick on Sally for a little bit. Okay, so Sally. You and I, let's pretend we're in the office, right? We work together, we've been working together for a long time. We're pretty good friends, you know? And so, but you say something that offends me. And I have a choice. I can either let Sally know, you know, Sally, what you just said really offended me. Or I could decide, you know what, I'm not going to tell Sally. I'm going to go home to my husband and tell him, you ain't going to believe what Sally said. Now, what happens a lot of times is I go to tell Sally that she's offended me. What do you think Sally might do? Not this Sally, the pretend Sally. She might get defensive. Or she might start to say, you know, that's not what I meant. That's, you know, well, you know, I just, you know, don't be so sensitive kind of language. And so then what happens is, as Sally's trying to explain what she really meant, the conversation becomes about Sally rather than the impact of Sally's words and comments on me. And so a lot of times what happens is people don't really want to engage in the conversation because I feel like, you know what, even though Sally and I are friends, she can't really handle my pain. My favorite quote is, your comfort more important than someone else's pain. And so we're asking people to sit in that discomfort while other people share their pain.
What would that mean in your life? If when people looked at you, they didn't just see a person, but they actually saw your skin color every time they looked at you? What would that mean in your life? So what strategies might you use if you hear your hot button or if you recognize that somebody else's hot button is being pushed in the group? Call it out? So how would you do that?
I see that your hot button is being pushed.
And I appreciate your robotic tone, but that's
and I don't make it fun. But you know, sometimes I just trust my gut. I just trust my instinct, and what disappears for me sometimes is what other people are thinking and what really needs to happen. And you got to get in touch with that, but you got to practice it so that when it's successful, you're less fearful to do that the next time. Because it's hard to trust our instincts when we're worried about, as a facilitator, how we're going to look to other people. They're afraid and you're afraid. You're just faking.